Alright, here we're working on what's going on under the middle table. This pivot point is the center of these bars, so it's at 12 inches from each end, and then it's at 6 inches from each side of the middle table. And then this 1/2 inch rod is bent over. It's actually bent over and down through, and it's the support rod. And then this one has a fish mouth cut into it where it connects and gets welded onto that one, so that we sort of have a rod that forks right there. And they both come off to the side of the pivot point, but they still pivot from that point. Then it comes over here. We've got into the carriage, and on the carriage we've got one piece of flat steel, wide enough. I don't know how wide right now. Bent over, screw under, comes down, and then we've got a piece of flat steel bent around the bolt where the 1/2 inch rod extends down. It was bolted here. That's on. Then this is on there. Then it's bolted again. A slot cut in it, and then this flat steel that's right here was bent on both sides, making it able to receive a bolt on the bottom, and you can just tighten and loosen that and get your bevel. And I think for that to work, the motor is going to be over here, you know. So I think that won't work like that, because the motor will basically be over here, and it's got to bevel down, which means this has got to go that way. So what we would have to do is maybe bend this over to where it's over here, and it gives it leeway to like come that way. But then it would have to stay flat here, because in the back of the aluminum block of the motor is a piece of angle iron bolted on that we actually, you know, mount this guy to. And this guy has a slot cut in it, or maybe we'll cut the slot in the angle iron. I'd rather it be in the angle iron, and then that allows us to, you know, carriage bolt, ta-da, up and down, independent of whatever this is doing. But we need to stay flat for whatever distance this is, and this guy's width needs to match the width of this guy. And that's our blade carriage and under the middle table setup, except for one more 1/2 inch rod over there near the edge of the middle table, out of the way. All of this needs to be inside 10 inches, so that there's 2 inches more of the middle table on each side. And then this gets mounted on into the middle table with something that allows it to, you know, slide side to side and far enough away from the side so that when the middle table slides down it as you pivot the tool, it won't try to go past the edge. And then there's bushings, some simple little bushings that allow stuff like this to pivot and not hang up.